You're listening to the Icandemy Podcast, the podcast for people who can but don't know how. This is where you get actionable steps to turn vague dreams into blissful realities. And I'm your host, Omoshola Victoria Wolabi. So let's get started. Are you on the verge of quitting your online business? Wait. Before you do that, hear this. If you have been struggling to attract clients, I totally understand how that must feel. I was also at the verge of quitting as well because I just felt everything I was doing was making no sense, attracting no clients, and I was so broke and such in a state of despair. But fortunately, I cracked the code. I got the code and I'm about to hand it to you for free. So if you've been struggling to attract clients into your business and you're just at the verge of giving it all up, try this first. Head on over to learn.icandemy.org, where I share with you how to make your first $10,000 online as a brand new coach, even if you have no social media following. Yes. No huge email list and no raving testimonials yet. Head on over to see how you can create a powerful system that works to attract clients and leads for you on demand. Head on over to learn.icandemy.org to get started. Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Icandemy Podcast. How you all doing this week? It's a beautiful, beautiful Monday evening. As I record this, it was very sunny today in Christchurch, New Zealand, as we are approaching the end of summer. Today was actually a beautiful day, and I'm not looking forward to the winter, if I'm being honest. I look forward to the days where we just get out of this whole COVID situation, and maybe I can start to follow the summer. That means following the summer in different countries. So right now, as we wrap up summer, heading up into winter, I would then travel to another country that is summer. So for example, I know the UK and America would be getting ready to go into their own summer. So yeah, if not for COVID and everything that's going on right now, that would be my goal or my plan, to be honest. Just follow the summer and enjoy the sun. I grew up in Nigeria. Nigeria is very warm, right? So it was a huge adjustment for me to get used to the winter weather when I traveled out of Nigeria. But anyways, that's not why we're here today, to talk about the weather. How you all doing though? How have you been? How have you been coping? I hope you're fine. I hope you're looking after yourself. There's just a lot going on in the world right now. And I just want you to know that no matter what it looks like, my heart goes out to people in Ukraine. I don't know if I have listeners from Ukraine, but it's just a really, really, really sad time right now. But it is my prayer that the Lord will not leave his people destitute. There's always a plan. And yeah, we're just praying. We're standing with Ukraine right now and the whole situation in the world. Like today, I was just thinking, it baffles me so much that somebody will start a war and then go to bed and sleep very well at night, knowing very well that you are displacing families, children, parents. It's for something that's so pointless. It's very sad. It breaks my heart so much. But yeah, I guess that's where we are. Let's just keep praying. Let's just keep doing the best we can. If we are in a position to help, let's do that. Yeah, that's just all I have to say, and that's what has been on my mind. But anyways, today's episode, we're going to be continuing series. So you want to be a coach, huh? So last week, we talked about educating, right, to attract. We talked about how do you educate people. And if you missed this series, please go back and watch them from the very first part. Because today we're going to be focusing on the fourth part of the series, which is another E, like I promised the last episode, where we are engaging to understand. So the first one was the F, and we're going through a freedom framework here, where we started with finessing our zone of genius, identifying what it is that we do best, right? And bringing that to the forefront of what we're trying to do. The R, we talked about how do we research that those ideas that we have or whatever we have to offer is actually required and needed in the marketplace. We also talked about educating to attract, whereby we start to put out stories about what we have to offer, how we learned it, what is done for us, and why we're wanting to turn that into a business in order to attract the right people to us. And on today's episode, we're going to cover engaging to understand. So if you follow the process sequentially, by this point now, you're having people reaching out to you to say, wow, I really resonate, or I connect with that story you told. Oh, or I'm also learning about this. Or, oh yeah, I'm also trying to build this. So people will start to gravitate towards you. That is what it means to educate to attract. So you're educating them with your story and they are resonating, they're attending to that story and they're connecting with you on a deeper level. And at this point, people are starting to reach out to you. Now, what do you do when people reach out to you, especially strangers just DMing you? What do you do when they send you a DM? Now, this is what we talk about on this episode. So I call it the other E, which is engage to attract. So in my case, when I started to follow the steps, I would have people reach out to me in my DM saying, oh, Victoria, I want to do what you do. And this is what actually inspired this series that I've been doing right now, right? I want to do what you do, or I've been trying to get this off the ground, or it could be deep things. Like people will literally reach out to me and say, oh, that post you made today really inspired me to do something I've been putting off for years now. Okay, family, let's face it. We've all felt pain. We've suffered the losses. You know what it's like to want something so bad, but not see a path to its accomplishment. The question, however, is, do you know how to pick yourself up and move on despite what has happened? This is what I share with you inside of my new book, Good Medicine for the Crushed Spirit, a practical guide to helping you find purpose when adversity strikes. Inside this book, you will find personal stories, relatable biblical tales, and anecdotes that prove you are never alone in your despair and will inspire you to turn pain, discomfort, disappointment, or setbacks into something positive that works for you. So if you're ready to change your life in meaningful and purposeful ways, get your copy of this book today and let the transformation begin. And one time I was like, what is that? Thinking it was just something on the surface level. And she was like, I want to leave my marriage. I'm like, whoa, okay, hold up, girl. What's going on? So you could get that. It could get very deep depending on how your message resonates with people. People will feel like they already know you, like you, and trust you with deep things, right, that they would probably not tell anybody else. Now, in this case, when you start to engage with them, what you're basically looking for is you're trying to understand. The goal here is not to sell. You're trying to understand what exactly is the problem. What are they struggling with? Listen to their stories. And then you're able to understand, okay, maybe, for example, if someone says, oh, I've been struggling to get my business off the ground. I've tried everything and nothing is working. Okay. Your job is to understand, what does everything mean? Oh, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. Would you have some time to jump on a call with me so we can discuss this some more? And that is what you're trying to dig out from them is, what is the everything that they've tried? Chances are some people just try one or two things. It doesn't work. And they say, we've tried everything. So here you are engaging with people. This part is a bit difficult, and the part people tend to skip because it requires your time. It requires patience. It requires you talking to a bunch of people, strangers that you may usually not talk to. But what I can guarantee you is this is actually an investment in your business, non-monetary, but it pays a huge dividend because what people get to see is that you care. You can listen. And if you've done the last step correctly, you should have repelled the people that are not your ideal people. So you shouldn't be getting those people coming through, or maybe just a few of them. But then before you invite them to get on a call or a conversation with you, you should vet them further by, having a quick chat with them, understanding, looking at their profile, basically, going to see what they're about before you then invite them to a call. So basically engaging to understand means you're engaging with people because you want to see them as well. You understand what are their pains, what are their struggles, how do they describe their pain, what is the language that they use, right? So when somebody says, I've tried everything, what exactly have they tried is what you're trying to get to the bottom of, right? What advice can you give them? And then you are priming them to know that you have more. You don't give them everything when you're engaging to understand. Instead, you are asking them a whole lot of questions because you're trying to gather data. So in this part here, you become a detective, so to speak, right? You're gathering intel. You're asking them lots of questions like, okay, what have you tried? Who are the people you hired? Or where did you try this? When was the last time you tried that? How would you describe this? All of that information will help you understand the language, the pain points, and what exactly they have done to try to overcome that pain, and will teach you how to position your own offer or whatever it is you have to, or your own solution in a way that speaks directly to that language. If somebody tells you I've tried everything, you get on a call with them and they say, oh, I only tried maybe posting on social media every day. Then you know, okay, when you're writing your story, you would say, are you tired of posting on social media every day? You see what I mean? That way, if that person sees an ad or a story like that, they're like, whoa, that's exactly where I am. I am tired. But you're just repeating back to them what they told you. I mean, when I say they, obviously you may not be talking to the same set of people, but we're all human beings, really. We're not that different, to be honest, especially when it comes to certain things. We all want the same thing. We want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to be understood, we want to be liked. We all have those basic human propensities, everybody. So when you engage to understand, you're basically lending them your ears, but it's not a waste of time because you're also, done correctly, you're also gathering intelligence that will help you structure your program properly so that you can start to establish a proof of concept. The proof of concept is that the idea that you have is actually worth something in the marketplace, and there are people who are willing to pay you for that service, for that idea, or for that transformation that you offer. Okay. We delve into more of this. If you've been enjoying this so far, I think now is a good time where I get to invite you. If you want to learn more, head on over to our website. It's learn.icandemy.org no forward slash, just learn. I'm fond of saying forward slash, but for this one, there's no forward slash, thankfully. Okay, just go to learn.icandemy.org where you get to watch a training that I put together for you. I dive into this concept a lot more there. And if you feel like, whoa, Victoria has blown my socks off, I would like to have a chat with her, work with her, see how she can help me further, no problem at all. Right there on that website, learn.icandemy.org, you will be able to schedule an appointment to have a chat with me directly, where we get to learn more about you and your business and what you're trying to accomplish. That is all from me for this week's episode. Until the next one, where we're going to be describing how to design a client acquisition plan. Stay with me, and I hope to see you next week. And until then, keep on shining. Do you ever think to yourself, I want to be able to impact lives, leave an imprint in this world, but you feel isolated, stuck, unclear on how to show up or get started? If you've answered yes to this question, I want to extend a very special invitation to you to join us on our upcoming workshop, the Courageous Confidence Workshop. This workshop is live, where we get to work together on that call so that you can crack the confidence code, awaken your inner giant, show up authentically, and attract your tribe. Head on over to offers.icandemy.org/courageous. Again, it's offers.icandemy.org/courageous. You'll find the links in the show notes below. So there you have it. Thank you so much for listening. And for more content like this, follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, it's at Icandemy, the Facebook page. On Instagram, it's at Icandemy. Or come say hello over on my personal page. On Instagram, it's at Omoshola Speaks. On Facebook, it's Victoria Wallaby. Feel free to reach out, introduce yourself, say hello. I love meeting you. And if you have any stories that you feel will inspire another woman to action, I want to hear from you. I really do. I love hearing from you. Send me an email to hello@icandemy.org. So it's hello@icandemy.org.